It is that time. It is that time for my response to a tweet. Yes, my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, "You conservatives, especially you black ones, are always against people wanting something better for themselves, like our young people in college. You conservatives, especially you black ones," that's funny, "are always against us people wanting better for ourselves, especially the ones in college." Wow. Well, here's my response. First, I must apologize. One thing I pride myself on is sometimes I might get into something and then I see something and I try to look at stuff from other people's perspective. And so I have to apologize to all the kids in Missouri that I've been talking about for the last couple of days, and all the other college kids that I feel tempted to talk about. The young lady on Neil Cavuto, and I gotta apologize. As a black conservative, I gotta be a little bit more open, and I have to look at this thing from a different perspective. And so that apology is coming on the guise of this. At first, I had a problem with the black kids saying all this black stuff and all this discrimination and oppression is happening on the college campus, and him looking out for black people and things like that. And then watching all these white people. I'm seeing white people coming from all sides to support the problems that black people are having, especially on these college campuses. But their desire to help black people. And and I was looking at that thing a little wrong. And then I'm looking at these kids protesting in the Million College Kids March, coming on the streets. And they're out there in droves fighting for free college tuition and $15 an hour jobs. And and as a conservative, I was looking at that kind of the way I do. And so, I'm going to have to apologize for that too. And then I'm just looking at the energy, and I'm just looking at, man, how they immobilize. We got a guy, he'll go on a hunger strike to be able to help black people, not be discriminated against or whatever they're feeling. And then I'm watching the young lady, she's talking about, the rich people can pay for these colleges, and so people with money should be able to pay for these colleges so kids can get it for free. And they are mobilized on that front. 1 million people all over, college campuses all over. And so now that I'm looking at things, and then one of the things I complain about is that us conservatives never seem like we have any solutions. We just always complain. We're always complaining, and what is the solution? And so after thinking about that thing, and I totally agree with you guys. I agree. You're right. And so I want to be a conservative that has a solution. And I promise you, if you guys stick with me, I will get other conservatives to support this too. You guys ready? Check us out. We're going to help the black people. We're going to help college get paid for. We're going to do all these things. And here's how we're going to do it. We are going to come together. Black Lives Matter, Missouri, the Million College Kids, everybody, we're going to come together and we're going to march on Planned Parenthood. We're going to march to take down Planned Parenthood. Because guess what? That'll not only help black lives, where they're killing tons of black people and other people, poor people. We'll put a stop to that, and we'll be helping black people. And if we put a stop to that, it will free up $500 million a year, and we can spend that on colleges. See, we can come together. I can get conservatives to buy into this. Let's go take our energy, since you guys want to help black people and you want to get money for colleges, let's go shut down Planned Parenthood. Because they're killing more black people than a little bit, and they're getting more money than a little bit. Man, awesome. Check us out. Let's go march in Chicago and Baltimore and all these places where the gangs and the crime is taking black people's lives and scaring the bejesus out of black families and putting all this undue stress on our cities and our crime fighters that's fighting all this crime. Let's go march on that. Come on, people. Because why? We're going to go help black people. And we're going to get enough money to be able to pay for colleges and minimum wage. Why? Because the cities will have all that money freed up because we marched and stopped crime. Man, we can do this, people. And I can get conservatives to buy into this. Check this out. We can even free up George Soros, the guy who's paying for all this other stuff. We can free up his funds. And we can get Jonathan Butler's dad, that's worth $20 million. We can get him to fund us immobilizing all over the country to shut down Planned Parenthood and shut down crime in the ghettos where the black folks are getting killed the most. Man, and check us out. And if he doesn't have gas money, he can get us on a train. Jonathan Butler's dad can get us some free rides on the train so we can go crisscross across the country and shut down all these things that's killing black people. And we can free up all the money that they're paying Planned Parenthood to kill black people and all the money that the law enforcement is using to fight crime. That's enough money to pay for colleges, $15 an hour jobs. Oh my God, man. I can't believe that I didn't see this sooner before I started complaining. That's a solution. You guys are already energized. We got droves of white people that want to help black people. Let's go shut down Planned Parenthood. That saves lives. Those kids will be able to live so they can come to the colleges that you guys are going to have all straightened out. Because once you get your free tuition from the money that we got from Planned Parenthood, the money that was going to fight crime, once you get that money, then everybody will be fine. And then these colleges will be the utopias that you guys are fighting for. And then we got kids that's being born and living because we shut down Planned Parenthood. They can come to college and get everything that it is that you guys are protesting that you see for humanity that's just being so tore up and ripped apart at the seams. Wow. And guess what? Now that we have all this kumbaya discipline and all this kind of diversity happening on the college, you guys might even fight for me as a black conservative to come and be one of your teachers. Look at the solution I just came up with. Can you imagine if I had a whole hall full of students that can listen to what I'm saying? How much better off we'll be if you let that diversity come onto the college campus? That's what I'm talking about. And guess what? We won't even have to have an argument over free speech because we can use our free speech right now to go shut down these things and make this money, save these lives before somebody comes and shuts the free speech down. Man, you know what? I mean, the more and more I talk about it, the more and more I'm scared of the progress. So maybe I need to shut my free speech down right now. Because somebody might be desensitized to what I'm saying. But it's a solution. It's me coming to grips with what you guys are complaining about. And coming up with a way to where we can all benefit as Americans. Let's go shut down the factories that's killing black people since you're so freaking concerned. And let's go free up the money that they're paying to kill black people in abortion clinics and go free up the money that they're using to kill black people because they're criminals on the street. If we free up all that money, not only can we get $15 an hour jobs and our tuition is paid for, we'll have more people living in a nation to enjoy everything that we're talking about right now. Because right now, according to you, black folks are being ridiculed on college campuses, and you guys aren't speaking about the ones who are being murdered in the abortion clinics. Right now, black folks are being run over by drugs and crime and gangs, and I don't hear you guys speaking about that at all. What about the privilege that you have to not be a part of those things? But then I hear black people screaming white privilege. But I'm watching all these kids that's got privilege because they made it to the college campus and say, that's not good enough, I gotta have it for free. You have to forgive my debt. And you have to pay me $15 an hour to flip a burger. Man, can you imagine the kid that's being killed in Planned Parenthood right now? He doesn't get to experience that privilege. What about that person that's being sick? What about the young little 9-year-old in Chicago? Why can't we go out there and help the next 9-year-old that's going to get drugged into an alley over a gang war? Man, and George Soros should support this, because why? It frees up his money. We can have Jonathan Butler's dad pay for it. He's got enough. Come on, people. We can do this. And I promise you, I can get conservatives to buy into that. So in closing, either I have lost my mind, or you guys will come to the conclusion that you have lost your freaking mind. Because you're not willing. Nobody is willing to go help these black people like you say you are. And ain't nobody willing to free up the funds that you feel that you need by getting black people to stop being killed by a whole bunch of rich white people in Planned Parenthood. Like you say you are. Man, I feel sorry for you. But I'm Phil Williams, and that's my response to a tweet on the Phil Williams Show.